Hey everybody, Casey in the kitchen today. I want to share a really yummy recipe that I am making for my family today. So if you're anything like me, things are crazy busy in January, plus you're trying to get back on track and eat some healthy meals, try and feed your family, but at the same time, maybe you put on a few pounds during the holidays. So this is actually a really quick, easy, healthy recipe that I make for my family quite a bit. So I wanted to show you guys today. So starting off, this is called beef and lentil soup. Now, don't get scared if you've never had lentils before. It's okay. I had never had them before this recipe either. You really don't taste them, but they're a great protein for you. So it's going to cut down on your bill because you know how meat, your beef or your chicken is pretty expensive. So if you add in a little extra protein through a bean or a legume, lentils are one way to do it. I use a lot of garbanzo beans and lentils, pinto beans, kidney beans, black beans. All those things can cut back your grocery bills too. Another thing you might be trying to do this January. So starting off, I have cooked up a pound of, you can use beef. I would highly recommend like a 90-10 beef, but I actually used turkey. And I went ahead and cooked that up on the stove top, all done and crumbled up in my rock crock here. And so once I finish with that, I just set it down into my slow cooker, which I'm gonna use this whole thing as a crock pot, so everything's gonna cook together. So next thing I'm gonna add in is my onion. I've taken an onion and chopped it up. I've taken a couple carrots. I'm gonna chop that up. I have chopped it up. And celery. All this I already have done for you guys, so you don't have to sit here and watch me chop, even though I really like chopping. I never thought I would, but then when you get really good quality knives, it's kind of fun. So that's how I do that. All right, and then our potatoes, and I'm actually using red potatoes. Red potatoes are a little lower glycemic index, so if you really like potatoes and you still want them in your diet, you can try the red potatoes. That's an easy way for you to still have them. Okay, so then next I'm gonna add in a can of diced tomatoes. You could do diced, you could do stewed, you could do crushed. That's another idea for any of you who don't really like a chunk of tomato in your food. That's one way that you can get around that, is use crushed tomatoes, and then it's more like a tomato sauce, but not quite so saucy. So just open up the can here. I'm gonna dump them down inside of here. So then I'm gonna add in a cup of lentils. Notice how I'm just dump everything in here. I have salt and lemon pepper and 2 beef bouillon cubes in there. You could also instead do beef broth. So the last thing that this calls for the ingredients before I add some water is actually barley. And I typically add that to, it's like a half a cup of barley, and it cooks down in here. I'm out of it, and when I went to the store, they were out of it too, so I'm gonna substitute today. So instead, I actually cooked up some rice yesterday to go with my chicken fried rice that I made for my family, healthy. And so I just saved back a little bit of it, and I'm gonna use that instead. This is actually brown rice, another way to get around the idea of the white rice and all the carbs and everything. And then I'm just gonna add in my water here. And it's anywhere between, 6 cups, 8 cups. So I add it in slowly. And I'm just gonna mix this all together. I'm gonna put my lid on it and let it slow cook for the rest of the day. It is delicious and super healthy, full of vegetables and proteins for your family. So give it a try. It's called beef lentil soup. See you guys later.